My father-in-law's got this 2015 Nissan Versa Note SV. He's complaining when he turns the blower on to like 2 or above. It makes increasing noises. I'm gonna check it out. I've seen some other videos where stuff gets stuck inside the blower, some stuff from trees or from mice. He's been parking it outside for about 4 years now, underneath this gigantic kind of pine tree, fir tree. So my guess is there's stuff in there that's gotten into the vent system somehow, or there's a mouse. So I'm going to turn it on. You could listen to that, and then we'll take it apart. So I turned the car on. I'm going to put the blower on. Let's see, it's off now. I'll put on number 1. It doesn't make much of a noise. Put it on 2. It's making like a humming noise, and the dish is starting to vibrate. Put it on 3. Definitely sounds like the blower's rubbing against the filter. And that's 4. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. To clean out the blower area, you need to take off this cowling. In order to do that, you need to take off the 2 wiper blades, which is pretty straightforward. Just pop off these 2 caps. Then there's a 14mm bolts under there that should come right off. Make sure to mark the position of the wipers with blue tape or some kind of marker, so they go back in the same position. Also, under the hood, there are 7 clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just get a screwdriver, and those will pop right up, and save those. You can need them later. And then this will pull up. You don't need to take it all the way out. You don't need to take it all the way out, because these clips up here are a little tricky. And the last thing is, you need to disconnect this washer hose, and it just pulls right out. Yeah, so I pulled it into my little garage. I need to take the wiper blades off, so the first thing I did is I got some blue tape and just marked about where the wiper blade goes in, so that when I put it back together, it'll be in the same spot. I'm going to open the hood and start taking everything apart. Oh, and it looks like the vent is closed, so it's not drawing any outside air. There's a little switch in the inside for recirculate, and that'll open up this vent. I'll show you that in a second. Yes, Yeah, so if you go back in the car, at the very bottom, of the heater control panel, there's this little slider, and one side will have recirculate, and the other side will have like fresh air from the outside. So right now it was closed, so I can't see in there. So if you just push this open, that'll open the recirculate. It'll draw air in from the outside, and we could see what's going on. You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. I couldn't get my hand down there. So my wife's got little hands and skinny arms. So I had her reach in, and she pulled up this mouse. She's in the house washing her hands and probably throwing up. So my guess is this mouse was causing all the noise. I'm gonna pull it out and throw him away, give him a proper burial, and then take a look in there, see if the rest of his family's in there or whatever. So that I don't know how he got in here, but that was the problem. So I had a endoscope to look inside the area. You'll see as you work down, there's quite a bit of mouse poop that I'm gonna have to clean out. The mouse was obviously living in there, and he must have made a nest somewhere, because I got little glimpses of bedding. So I'll work on that. Yeah, so there was a lot of mouse poop and debris in there. So I got a shop vac. I shoved it in this. Shove this in this hole here, and I'll see if I can vacuum that out, and then I'll put the endoscope back in there, make sure it's all clean, and maybe put some disinfectant in there. Yeah, so because there was a lot of mouse poop and debris in there, I got a screwdriver. Actually, I had my wife get the screwdriver and scrape a lot of this debris up off of the bottom. After I shop vac'd it, I took a look in. There's still some left, but we were able to scrape it up, and then I vacuumed it again, and then we got a sponge and put some ammonia and some detergent in there. And I had her stick her arm back in and wash the whole thing. So you can see now it's pretty clean. There's still a bit of dirt in there, but that's not going to do anything. Mostly just have to get the mouse poop and debris out. So when I had cleaned it out, I tried the blower, and it still rattled. So I took another look inside, and there was all this bedding in there, this mouse bedding. Yeah, so luckily I had the endoscope. I was able to find this little wad of bedding that actually looks like insulation that they stripped. I don't know if you can see that. They stripped out of here behind this battery opening, and must have brought it in there somehow. And we'll see if that fixed it. Okay, so I got the mouse out, I got the poop out, I got that insulation out of the blower, which I think was the major problem. I got the car turned on. Let's see, let's put it on 1. I don't know if you could hear that. It's pretty quiet. Put it on 2. Not too bad. 3. I guess that's how it's supposed to sound. It sounds a little loud to me, but it's a lot better than it was. this is a lot better. I think that should be it. Like I said, I'm gonna put a little bit of put a little disinfectant in that area. See if I can get my wife to put her hand back down there and scrub it. But if not, I'll use some stick, or I got something I could use, a little brush, and that should do it. So open up that area, clean out the mouse, check the blower. You could stick your hand in there. You could actually stick your hand in there, and if you push it kind of towards the driver's side, your hand will go right to the blower. My thick arm got stuck, and I had to panic. I had to wriggle it out. But if you got skinny arms, if you get your wife or a kid, then you should be all set. Good luck. Yeah, so put all those clips back on, put the wipers on so they line up with the blue tape, put the nuts back on. If you have a torque wrench, I think the guy said 17, so I'm gonna just torque this a little bit. That's quite a bit. There we go. And the other one. Okay, 17. It's not a lot. If you do it with a wrench and you tighten it pretty tight, you should be okay. And then put the caps on and you're all done. I was trying to figure out how the mouse got in. I came over here. I just happened to notice this, that there's some chewing on the trim. Just enough I could get my finger in there, which is plenty for a mouse. Along there is pretty tight. And then there's the same chewing on this side. Again, I could get my finger in there. And it's a pretty big hole. You can see the chewing. So that's how they did it. That's the first thing to look for if you got that rattling noise. See if they chewed their way in. You probably have a mouse. So in summary, check your car, see if that plastic's been chewed. If it is chewed, you probably have mice. The mice are probably down that little hole. You could get there by taking that cover off. You can put your hand in there if you have skinny hands. Even my fat arm, I was able to get in there and clean out the big debris, like the mouse and that bedding. And then definitely try and clean it as best you can by scraping with a screwdriver, and then vacuuming it out, and then cleaning it up with some ammonia. I also had some peppermint spray, and so I sprayed some in there to give it a better scent. Anyhow, good luck. It works better.